Hello, good morning. I am making sourdough potato bread. This time I'm doing purple sweet potatoes for my sourdough bread. It's actually a really cool color. It looks kind of like when you make blueberry pancakes or something. So we'll see what happens when I make it into bread. This was the starter that sat overnight. Starter is just flour and water. There is no commercial yeast in this recipe. The starter and water in this recipe is added to sweet potato, and you let it hang out overnight, and then the next day we add water and oil and sugar and salt and a bunch of flour, and we're going to mix it all up and make the dough and plop the dough into an oiled bowl and let that rest for a while before we shape it into loaves. I'm including the recipe in the link below. Here is the dough all mixed up and ready for a nice little rest. It's a quick rising recipe, so I'm going to check on it in 2 or 3 hours. I'm just going to cover it up with a big old plate. Happy nappy. Okay. 2.5 hours have passed, and I can tell that this has risen a lot. Oh yeah, it never has any problem doubling at all. So I'm going to flour my counter and turn this out and divide it in half. And shape it, plop it in some bread pans, then we'll take another picture. It's going to rest for about 2 more hours before I bake. Usually sourdough takes forever to rise, but this recipe is a really fast riser. Aren't they lovely? I'm going to cover them with plastic bonnets and let them hang out for a couple of hours. They will have probably risen over the top by the time I'm ready to bake them. This recipe seems to always do that. But it's a really pretty color. I'm excited. It's going to be fun to see what they look like when we eat them later. There they are. They've risen nicely. More than doubled. And I'm going to pop them into the oven. They bake in 45 minutes. All baked up and ready to slice. The one in the casserole dish always comes out looking a little bit like a weird mushroom. I will probably slice that one first and freeze the other loaf. This recipe freezes really well. So let's do that and find out what they look like on the inside. All sliced up and ready to enjoy. We've actually had a nibble, couldn't help ourselves. It's very good. And that was fun, and I'm going to do it again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.